You guys knew that I couldn't stay away forever, right? I'm back, and we are going to be jumping into some Nate Parrish, some Disciple, and a new band that I might have had a hand in helping release their music. So, all of that in today's video and more. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. Well, I hope that you're having a beautiful day. I know it's been a long time. I make a habit of doing this where I have this vision for what I want to accomplish, and then life just comes and smacks me in the face. And 2025 has been no different. Had all of the intentions to start the year off really strong. And there were some really cool releases that came out in these first 3 months, these first 2 months and a half. And I still want to get to some of them. I don't think I'll be able to get to all of them, but I'm hoping to at least get to most of them. And I'm going to be going to a Disciple Nate Parrish concert tomorrow within hours. And so I need to make sure that I at least get to these songs because, you know, Nate Parrish and I have talked a lot, and Disciple, I've talked to Andrew Stanton a lot. I know I wouldn't necessarily think that like they would see me as a friend or anything, but I see them as friends, and I would feel so bad to have shown up at a concert and not reacted to their brand new songs that just came out. So I'm going to make sure to do that. If you don't know who I am, my name is Adam Castro, and this is Sanctify Studios, where I like to create and examine content with the sanctifying and biblical view that happens to be a lot of Christian music, a lot of Christian rock, and a lot of Christian metal, because I actually have a Christian metal band called Classic Disaster. And fun fact, today was our first day on a local major radio station called KLOS 95.5. Super, super cool stay or go segment that we got chosen for, and they voted us to stay. And so we're on the radio. It's super cool. I'm still pinching myself. It's crazy. But that all just happened today, so I'm super excited about that. Go visit our socials for I think it's right. Where is it? Right here, for all that information. But for all of this stuff, you can go to Sanctify Studios on Instagram. You can go to my personal page, Adam Joshua Castro on Instagram. But one thing that I really wanted to make sure I did this year was really shift all of my focus to YouTube, because I really don't see myself continually posting on Instagram for Sanctify Studios. You can still send me messages there, because I don't think you can send messages on YouTube, but still send me messages like wherever you want to send messages. Like, I am always down for a conversation, especially about our favorite bands, right? But I'm going to be shifting over to a lot more of a focus on YouTube, a lot more of a diversified focus too on like the long form that I've been doing, but also some short form reactions like, hey, this song just came out and I don't have maybe the time or the ability to sit down with a computer and do all this, but I can pull out my phone and give you my first thoughts. And when I'm on a run or in the gym or at the store, I want to be able to do that, because I really don't like that I have to kind of wait to sit down to start these conversations, and then I end up missing so many opportunities. So that's something that I wanted to start doing in 2025. So if you want to be here for all of that, where we're going to be talking about different Christian rock and metal music, I'm definitely going to be still trying to bleed in some worship and contemporary and some hip hop. Most of it is all going to be centered around Christian music that you will know and love. And so if you're interested in checking that out, then you can do me a huge favor. You can leave this video a thumbs up, you can hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos arrive. And go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know how your 2025 has been. I can't really like go into everything. I'm not going to go really into anything about kind of what's been smacking me in the face this year, because I found out some things that I need to address, and it hasn't all unfolded yet. One thing I can tell you, unfortunately, is that Sanctify Studios, where we are at right now, is going to have to move to a different location, and there's a long story behind that. I don't want to get into that today, though. I just want to jump into these songs with you guys, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. But I miss you guys. Like, really, I really miss doing this. I really miss these conversations. A piece of my heart breaks off every time there's news or a new song that comes out and I don't get to like jump on the mic and talk about it with you guys. So let me know how you're doing in the comments. Let me know what your struggles have been. Let me know if you guys have any praises. Joey's a year and a half, and so he's running around the house. He's playing on the drums. He's trying to like play every musical instrument that I have, and it's so awesome. He's so cute, and it's been the joy of my life, you know, for the last year and a half. So the joy of my wife and I's life. So it's just been awesome and a huge blessing amidst some of the crazy stuff that's going on. But he's doing well. The family's doing well, and just life is in transition. So what we're going to do is go right into this Nate Parrish song. So as you guys know, Nate Parrish is part of the Sanctify Studios family because I love the way that he uses imagery. I love the way that he writes music. I love the fact that he just kind of wears his heart on his sleeve when he puts out songs. And you can see it here in just the imagery of the album artwork. You've got Nate Parrish, right? He's got this nice, bulky, broad shoulders. Looks very much like Thor. I think he actually looks better than Thor. As he's walking into what looks like space, like this little tunnel that is space, the endless possibilities. But, you know, and I don't know if I'm going to dissect this correctly or not. I feel like this is one of those artworks that there's so many different meanings that you can pull out of this, but there's no going back. There's fire and barbed wire behind him, so there's absolutely no going back. There's floods around him, waters that's raging. It's not just a lake or a pond. It looks like raging waters. There's even fire within the eyes of this mountain that he's approaching. But there's a mountain top, there's a peak, and on top there's these, you know, lightning bolts, and you know, it's just so much. It's monstrous. And he's up against this, and there's nowhere else to go. He's got to move forward, and the title's called Small. So you almost have to assume this is a song that's going to talk about feeling small in the midst of so much in front of you, feeling small in the midst of an uphill battle that's not even just a climb. It's a fight in every single imaginable way. This looks like something straight out of Pokemon, you know, some Pokemon monster. But you know, that is kind of what we have to deal with in life. And I'm really excited to hear how he's going to write about that in this song. So let's go ahead and check this out. Here is Nate Parrish and his song, Small.
It's like I'm walking on a tightrope. If I look down, if I let go and lie, be captured by the sky. I need a new dream, 'cause I can't sleep. I need your eyes, 'cause I can't see why. I still need to try. I need a melody I can't ignore. I need a price tag I can't afford. I think I need to see a mountain. I really need to feel small again.
Really anthemic, reflective and anthemic. I really love it. Great guitars here, cool bass part too.
Need some new words,
Picking up a little.
'cause I can't speak. Need a rebirth, 'cause this is good now. And I want to feel alive. I need a melody I can't ignore. I need a price tag I can't
right. That was Small by Nate Parrish. Really great job, man. And I love how this song just continues to crescendo into this really beautiful symphony of vocals and, um, you know, vocals that are both speaking and kind of extending out into longer phrases. And it's just a beautiful, it almost feels like a choir singing behind you, which is really beautiful. And this song is so reflective. The guitars made it that way too, but there's even this like the drums. I love how the drums feel a little different in this song than other songs. There's something like, I love how you can kind of get the attitude of someone by hearing their energy and playing something, and it almost feels like the drums are kind of just like, yeah, I'm still looking, and kind of hitting whatever. You can hear how the drums are hitting the hi-hat on the left and a ride on the right, and kind of going around the crashes and the toms, and it's kind of all over the place, but it all fits the tone of this song. And I love this kind of message of like, hey, what am I fighting for? Like, what am I reaching for? What are my goals right now? I might not feel very motivated, or I might feel like I don't have a lot of direction. I think I need to feel small again. I think I need something to fight for. I think I need a direction to push in. I need some sort of obstacle to conquer. Um, and it's that place where we feel like we're, you know, kind of running in circles, just a lack of direction. And this is a call for like, hey, I'm recognizing that I'm not feeling that passion. I'm not feeling that motivation. And I just I need something to fight against. I need something to give me the motivation to get myself disciplined to keep moving forward. If I don't have a place where my eyes are fixed on to go in that direction, then like, how do I muster up the energy to do anything? Because I could do anything, right? Like, especially somebody like Nate Parrish, he's got so many different talents. He's an artist, he's a musician, he's a pastor, he writes music, and he has a family. He does all these things, and I can kind of relate to wearing a lot of hats. And sometimes you have so many hats, you're just like, which one am I supposed to wear? Like, God, what have you called me to do? And maybe I'm spreading myself thin, or maybe I'm just kind of not being sensitive to God's call on what exactly I'm supposed to be focusing on. And this song is kind of like, hey, I need to stop trying to make myself bigger to cover more ground. I need to stop trying to wear so many hats. Maybe I need to feel small. Maybe I need to pick a battle. I need to pick a battle and find a monster like this monster here, right? And it's funny because this monster is so many different things all at once. It's one monster, but it's all these different elements and things. So I can understand that it's, I wonder if that's part of the imagery. It's like you feel like you're fighting one thing. Like, I just want to fight one thing, but I always end up fighting this thing that has so many different elements to it. And that's life. That's life, Inevitably, we do have to juggle all of those things. We have to juggle, I have to juggle being a father. I have to juggle being a fitness instructor. I have to juggle being a husband. I have to juggle being a friend. I have to juggle being a worship leader. I have to juggle all these different things all at once, and a singer of a band, and doing this pod. Like, we all have to juggle certain things in our lives. Some of those things we place on ourselves, and some of those things we don't, right? Some of those things, like, you can't just hand off being a father. You can't just hand off being a husband. You can't hand off being a friend. You have to rise up to the occasion and do those things. And so, yeah, I love the feeling of this song. I feel like this is a song that I would absolutely listen to while on a run or out hiking, because that's when I feel the smallest, when I feel like, oh man, there's so much going on in the world. When you climb up to a mountain and you see how small the cities are, and you realize how small things that you're dealing with in life really are. Even though you're up on that mountain, you're going back down to it. You're going back down to that lifestyle. So it just reminds you to, like, hey, just remember that your problems and your issues have a different kind of perspective. I don't want to say that they're small, because I think a lot of people are dealing with a lot. But, just try to have a more eternal perspective and really focus on what God is calling you to do and what battles God wants you to face. Yeah, really cool. Really, really cool imagery. And I'm sure there's more to it, and I'll have to ask you about it at the show. That was Small by Nate Parrish. I'm going to keep going along here. Now, there is a song that Nate Parrish was also a part of. So before we get to the Disciple track, and before we get to the other track that I might have had a hand in helping with, I want to talk about this Ben S. Dixon song, because I don't think I did a reaction to it. I might have. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. And I feel really bad saying that because it's just been so long. But I'm going to be better safe than sorry and just go ahead and do the reaction, because both of these guys are my friends, and I don't want to miss it. I want to make sure that I cover it, and I just don't think that I have yet. 2 months ago, yeah, so I probably didn't. I'm pretty sure that I didn't. So I'm going to make sure to do that right now. Ben S. Dixon, you guys know Ben. He's just got a heart of gold. God has put such an amazing, godly heart in his life and in his walk. And so this song is a song called Moths and Rust by Ben S. Dixon, but it is featuring Nate Parrish. So let's go ahead and check this out. Here is Moths and Rust. Again with that reflective tone, love it.
We make investments in barren vineyards. We stuff our barns full, bursting, we build them bigger. All is well, such a binding fettered, flowing through the house. We're taking sorrow away, so focus on these things that wither. Another thought, the riches of heaven we've made. I'll lay up my treasure where moth and rust can't decimate. Lay up my treasure in heaven, in heaven. Lay up my treasure, and all it's worth will fade away. Lay up my treasure, when things can't take them, my heart will break. Then my heart will With the release of birth, make till the unthinkable.
tell you what, nobody does it better than Ben S. Dixon, and just like marrying worship with, this style of music. If you're familiar with, bands like Wolves at the Gate, like they do that really well too. But I definitely feel like Ben's heart is just so penetrated with the word that he just has a laser focus on making sure each and every one of his songs are geared towards worshipful minded kind of choruses and messages, and it's just awesome. And then Nate Parrish coming in there and just lending his voice to that section was just so cool. They worked really well together, especially a song like this where it's like, it's almost they're two topics, right, that kind of coincide, because Nate Parrish talks a lot about corruption. Nate Parrish talks a lot about people who are money hungry and snakes, and people who like to use other people, the people who are like politicians and celebrities, and like they make money their god, right? And they make manipulating other people their god. And I love how them working together on this song kind of just shows how easy it can be to be a Christian who wants to focus on Christ, and how easy it can be to slip into being one of those corrupt people who puts all of your love into money and all of your faith and hope into money, when in reality it's the root of all kinds of evil. It's the thing that can get in the way of you leaning on God and leaning on Christ and leaning on his calling for your life. I love this line that he has over here where it's like, I think it's the bridge where he said, right here, I'm sick of the things that draw me away from the king. Is that what he says? Let me see if there's lyrics here. Yeah, we've got lyrics. Cool. He says here in the bridge, I'm so sick of all these things that draw the mind away from the king. I'm so sick of all these things that draw the mind away from the king. Great line there. And his chorus, such a beautiful, worshipful chorus. I lay up my treasure where moth and rust can't disseminate. I lay up my treasure in heaven. Nowhere else but in heaven, where God tells me to lay my treasures. Yeah. Where all its worth won't fade away, where thieves can't take, my heart will be. Yeah, great lines. And then one of my favorite things about Ben S. Dixon, he did this a lot in his first album, and I was trying to like encourage him to dude, when you're writing these songs, make sure you don't stop doing this, because I just love, he can do whatever he wants. I'm not like, I don't make a habit of telling people what to do, because they're better songwriters than I am for sure. But I'm just like, man, I love how you just think the song is over, but Ben's got more to say. Like you think the song's over, but Ben has got more to say on this issue. And I love that we get this kind of second bridge where he says, I've had enough of this. These worldly treasures, they all will fade when put to the fire. I've had enough of this, these worldly treasures. So like, again, just kind of refocusing our mind, like put them where they belong. Put your trust where it belongs, and then put those worldly treasures where they belong. Like I think the whole song is kind of encouraging us to look away from those worldly desires and the love of money and all those things. Like look away from those things and focus on Christ. Put your trust in Christ, put your treasures in Christ and in heaven and the things that last for eternity, right? Focus on those things. But then like inevitably we are going to struggle. Inevitably we are going to have to deal with things like the insecurities that come with having to pay rent, the insecurities that come with wanting to buy nice things for our family, the insecurities that might come with how other people see us because of how much money we make or how much money we don't make, or the kind of clothes that we wear, or like whatever it may be. The kind of cars that we drive, or whatever, those insecurities may creep up, and we go from like, from that first bridge where he's saying, I'm so sick of all these things that draw my mind away from like I'm sick of them, My mind needs to be focused on the king. My mind needs to be focused on the king. And then he says, these worldly treasures, they all will fade when put to the fire. Put them to the fire. Like, just throw them away and put them where they belong. Don't even focus on them. Lay up my treasure where moth and rust can't decimate. Lay up my treasure in heaven. In heaven. Such a worshipful, great song. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. Great job. As always, Bennis, Dixon, and Nate Parrish. So yeah, we're gonna move on to my favorite band, Disciple. And Disciple has been killing it with these new songs. It's different. These songs hit different, and I am excited to jump into this one. I've heard it. Sorry guys, I've already heard it. It's great. I couldn't keep myself from listening to it, so I've already heard it for sure. And it's definitely along the same lines as if you say so, which, if you remember that song, it's kind of a callback to old school Disciple, and at the same time is just kind of blending in some new things. Obviously, we've got some artwork that looks very similar to Long Live the Rebels, and I wonder if this is kind of like a shift to form in that direction, kind of like, hey, we're going to get back to that kind of a focus. We're going to get back to that kind of a message. I wonder if that's kind of a subliminal thing, or if it's just, hey, we're just trying out things and mixing different styles, because we do still have the Cairo symbol, and then we have the Disciple font that is the skeleton Psalms font. So you never know, but yeah, let's check this out together, and I'll have some thoughts that I want to share. But this is the awesome new song by Disciple called Sound the Alarm. Let's do this.
I get the feeling that I'm not the only one left in the aftermath, waiting to see the sun. Swap bolted every door, replace my bandages. Something beneath the floor keeps playing with my head. Is there anyone out there? Someone getting the message? Are you waiting for rescue? Have you loaded your weapon? I'm trying to sound the alarm. 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 I'm trying to... Can you hear it? This plague of ignorance has eaten through my bones. I'll tell you all my sins. Don't let me die alone. All I see is suffering, spreading out and poisoning my soul. If I make it out alive, you'll be the only one who knows. Is there anyone out there? Someone getting the message? Are you keeping a secret? Are you praying to heaven? Is there anyone out there? What you hear in the basement? Does it want to destroy you?
That's different.
Are you ready to face it? I'm trying to sound the alarm. 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 I'm trying to... Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Had that siren going on in the background.
there anyone out there?
Nice. Oh man, where do I start? 10 out of 10 song, 11 out of 10 song. Energy is crazy. Disciple bringing that classic, just crazy, fun kind of energy to their music. It's heavy, but it's fun, and this song is no exception to that standard that they have with a lot of their music. And one thing that I found out about this song is that Josiah wrote the song with Kellen McGregor. You guys know I love Kellen McGregor. I love Memphis Mayfire too. So it's so cool to see these guys coming together to write a song. I can definitely hear both of their influences in the best way, because I feel like there's this catchiness and there's this catchiness that Josiah writes with. He's a great songwriter. And then there's this like, I don't know how to describe it, but Kellen has a great way of just adding things to a song to make it more fun. So to know that Josiah likes to add things lyrically and musically to make things fun, and then Kellen likes to add things kind of layer wise to make things fun. You can hear it in the guitars, you can hear it in kind of the textures, the effects that are being added. It just made for such a fun song. And a heavy song, because, you know, I don't know if you guys hear it, but especially in the chorus, right? Can you hear me? When everything goes to that kind of chorus breakdown, oh, so Memphis Mayfire, right? Like that heavy kind of riff. It even sounds a lot like, I think it sounds a lot like one of their new songs, like Infection, I think, the bridge. And it's just a classic kind of Kellen move to, just play around with the sounds, and I love how it's being applied to my favorite band, Disciple. My two favorite bands coming together, Kellen and Josiah, and then, you know, hearing Kevin rocking on the vocals, and, you know, the guitars being amazing. It's just, I'm a happy fan right now for sure. And then the message, you know, sound the alarm. Hey, like, this is the time, right? This is the time where we need to act. This is the time where we need to listen for that alarm. And I think that there's maybe some multiple messages that we can take from that. Maybe now is the time to sound the alarm, like, hey, let's go out and spread the gospel. Maybe it's time to sound the alarm, hey, now's the time to make sure that you're choosing to love when in a time where there's so much hate. That thing that's coming to get you might even be hate. And now's the time to sound the alarm that we need to fight to love people and to try to build bridges rather than burn them. You know, and it kind of doesn't sound that way because of that bridge there that we got, where it's like, well, let me go back to it actually real quick. Let's see. I want to hear that again. So good. I wonder, I didn't hear exactly what he said right there, but something's coming to take me, but I'm taking, someone's coming to get me, but I'm taking it head on. And I wonder if that's kind of just the attitude of like, hey, yeah, like hate and division is coming at you, and you could either give into it and just, you know, be taken with the crowd, or you're going to be willing to fight it head on. Like, who are my fighters here? Like, who are the ones who are going to go against the current? We're sounding the alarm. Now is the time to act. Go against the current. And it goes right in hand with if you say so, right? Like, hey, send me, right? Here I am, send me. Let me be the one who's willing to go against the current. Let me be the one who's willing to fight to show the love of Christ. Let me be the one who's willing to stand for truth still, you know, and not compromise. Let me be the one who's willing to answer that call. The alarm has been sounded. Let's do this. Let's fight. Let's have that passion and that energy and the discipline and the motivation to move forward in that direction where we are sharing the love of Christ. We're sharing the truth of God's word. We're staying true to who he's called us to be. And that's the general answer to a song like Small, right? Like, that's the general answer to, like, hey, when you feel like you could go any direction, when you feel like like you don't have a obstacle to face, look at where the crowd is going, because God's probably called you to go against that crowd. When you feel like you don't know what direction God is calling you to go in, look at where everybody else is going, and you can probably be sure that, hey, the opposite direction is probably where God's calling you to be. And then also, like, just read his word. Read his word. That is the alarm, right? That is the tune that we want to be in tune with, right? That's the truth that we want to be in tune with. So we want to do what the Word of God is calling us to do, and be who the Word of God is calling us to be who God is calling us to be. And so that's the direction that we want to go in. That's what we want to fight to do. And the thing is, like, hey, we've got the world that we're fighting against, who wants us to just kind of go with the crowd. We've got our own flesh, because half the time our own body just wants to do what the rest of the world is doing. And so it is a fight. It is something you have to take head on, and be disciplined, to be motivated. So having a song like this is just awesome. And again, that blend and that mixture of Josiah's writing and Kellen's writing and Kevin's vocals on this, like, it's just so much fun. I'm a happy fan, and I'm really excited for whatever is next, because I think they do have at least one other song that I remember from Rebel Society them mentioning. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what that's going to sound like. Yeah, I'm excited to hear it live too tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure they're going to play both If You Say So and Sound the Alarm. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a party. That was Sound the Alarm by my favorite band, Disciple. And now that you guys have come to the end of this video, it's time to reveal the band that I was hinting at, that I may have had a part in releasing their music, because I know that I've been teasing for the longest time that Sanctify Studios is not just a YouTube channel, and it's not just a Classic Disaster outlet. You know, Classic Disaster obviously has been the main project here at Sanctify Studios, with recording and mixing and mastering and all that stuff. But I have mentioned that I've eventually wanted to do that for other bands, and I finally have. So I'm going to introduce you guys to a band called Death Protocol. And if you guys are familiar with Rottweiler Records, in working with them, evidently Rottweiler liked it enough to go ahead and sign Death Protocol. And so that's really cool. That's encouraging for me. As someone who is new to this whole thing. Yeah, Death Protocol, what can you expect from this band? They've got a really cool blend of kind of that old school metal and thrash metal kind of sound, but definitely blend with that I don't even know if you want to call it power metal or what, but just it's aggressive, it's almost grungy, but also has that thrash sound to it. And I really think you're going to like it, especially if you tend to like the older kind of Christian metal stuff. And I really tried to bring a mix of this modern sound to an older sound. And I hope that it's something that you will enjoy. And evidently it's something Rottweiler Records enjoyed, and I'm happy to share it with you. So what I did basically was I mixed and mastered the song. I did do some production on the vocals, but everything else was produced by them, and I was able to mix and master it, and this is what came out. So let's go ahead and check this out together. This is a song called Times Change, Truth Does Not by Death Protocol. That's not how the song starts off, by the way. That was an intro by Rottweiler. Just FYI. All right, here's the beginning of the song. Here we go.
Uncertain times, they ravage us like a deadly flood, laying waste to our way of life. Persecution will endure, but we shall reap if we faint not.
There we go. Times change. Truth does not. Available on Rottweiler Records. So, yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun working on this song because it's definitely a genre that that I know is like literally the foundation and bedrock of a lot of the music that I do listen to. And so it was a really fun challenge to take a song like this and to kind of bring it into what people are listening to now and try to make it so that you can love a lot of aspects of the song that call back to that to the genres of the past while still dressing it in a sound that's aggressive and maybe just a little more modern. So I really tried hard to do that, and I think that we made it happen. Working on new music with them, and I'm excited to bring them on to Sanctify Studios with an interview and have you see them and just kind of get their hearts and what they're going through in their lives. Really excited about all of that and finally getting to a place where I can start kind of releasing these things here on Sanctify Studios and showing you guys and not just telling you one day it's going to happen, but it has finally happened. It is here. And it's fun. It's so much fun. So, yeah, that is Death Protocol. And that was Times Change. Truth does not. Stay tuned for more from them in the future, more from us in the future. I'm excited about all that. So yeah, guys, that's the end of today's video. A couple ways that you can support this channel is that if you did enjoy what we talked about today, you can do me a huge favor. You can leave this video a thumbs up. You can hit the subscribe button and you can hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos arrive. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you loved about the songs that we talked about today. What do you guys think about these new Disciple songs? Because I can hear the influences from literally almost every album, but I want to hear what you guys think. Is this a direction into the past, or is this just a completely new thing that they're starting to do? What do you guys think? I want to hear your ideas in the comments down below. And, if you're a band, if you're an artist, maybe you're even a solo artist, and you are looking to finally have your song get released and have someone work on the mixing and mastering, have somebody help you with the songwriting process. This is something that I've wanted to announce that I'm opening up the floor to do and everything. And now that I'm finally releasing songs, I feel pretty good about doing that. So if you like what you heard through Death Protocol and you'd like for me to work with you on releasing your music, go ahead and send me a message literally anywhere on any of these social media accounts. And let's go ahead and talk about it. And let's try to get your music out there, help you with what I know and help you with what I can encourage you in. And we'll see if we can make some good music together that is sanctifying and has a sanctifying biblical perspective. That's where that's the thing I just want to make sure is the common goal, is that it doesn't all have to talk about Jesus. It doesn't all have to be a worship thing. It doesn't all have to be any of those things. But I do want to make sure that it's with a sanctifying and biblical perspective on whatever we write and create. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm so sorry. Life is in transition. The next video that I put out actually might not even have this background. We'll see, but I'm going to do my best. I miss you guys. I love you guys. Talk to me in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.